Hi students, in the previous class we have learnt about static electricity, how this static electricity acquired to the rubber body. When a glass rod is rubbed with silk cloth, charges are, that means charged particles. Which charged particles? Electrons are transferred from one surface to another surface body. Whenever the electrons are transferred from one surface to another surface, one body surface loses electrons and the other body gains electrons. Which loses electrons? That acquires positive charge, and which gains electrons? That acquires negative charge. And these charges which is acquired, that resides on the surface of the body, and this exerts force on uncharged body. That's why all these rubber bodies attract small pieces of paper or lightweight objects, and these bodies are categorized as charged and uncharged bodies. What are uncharged bodies and what are charged bodies? Simply, uncharged bodies means the bodies which have no charge. If it does not have charge, means is it shows any effect on other object? No, it doesn't show any effect on other object. Then it is simply an uncharged body. For example, a plastic comb or glass rod or this rubber balloon is taken. At first, that means without rubbing, whenever it is not rubbed, whenever these are not rubbed, is there any charge on that body? No. How many electrons and protons are present? How many electrons are present? Same number of protons. How many protons are present? Same number of electrons are also there on the surface of the body. That why net charge is neutral. If net charge is neutral, then it doesn't have any electric charge. That means on its surface any charge is not there, then that body is called as uncharged body. Okay, and is this, if any small pieces of paper or other lightweight objects are placed near this uncharged body, it doesn't show any effect. That means it doesn't attract or repel. It doesn't show any effect. That type of bodies are called uncharged bodies. That means the objects, these glass rod, silk cloth, and rubber balloon, woolen cloth, amber, fur cloth, and all these are the previously, that means at first all these are uncharged bodies. Why? That are not rubbed against with each other and any charge is not acquired to it. Then what are charged bodies? An object is taken, that is rubbed with another object. When one object is rubbed with another object, if any one is placed near small lightweight objects, it gets attracted towards this object, then this object is said to be charged object. Why? This object shows its effect on uncharged objects. In the case of plastic comb, the plastic comb shows, after it is rubbed, it shows its effect on small pieces of paper. Then this plastic comb is a charged body. That means simply before rubbing, that are uncharged bodies. Whenever they are rubbed against each other, that are charged objects. The object showing the effect of attracting other objects. That means when the object is rubbed with another object, it shows its effect of attracting on other objects. Then these objects are said to be electrically charged or just charged. Okay, here electrically charged or charged means in our body, in our daily life, that cell phone is taken and its socket is fixed to the plug and that is charged. Okay, that means like that also the charge is resides on the body. That means electricity transferred by changing the voltage. But in this case, it acquires charge by. But in the case of static electricity, what we have observed, the static electricity is acquired or resides on the surface of the body by rubbing. That's why it is static electricity or by frictional electricity. Which surfaces are contact with each other whenever they are rubbed against each other? These two surfaces are charging objects, or these two are said to be electrified. Like that we observe these charged and uncharged bodies. Collect some materials what are available in our surroundings. Collect materials like refill, balloon, eraser, steel spoon. You may collect some other objects also. Okay, Tails, first what is taken? Amber and fur cloth or silk cloth. In the same manner, what we take? Refill, balloon, eraser, steel spoon, glass rod. Okay, like that. What are available in our surroundings? Collect different materials, and to rub them, collect some other materials like polythene sheet, woolen cloth, silk cloth, dry air. Okay, like that. Collect different materials, and first prepare a table like this. First take one object like say refill, that is rubbed with polythene. Plastic pen or plastic refill is taken, that is rubbed with polythene. After it is rubbed with polythene, collect small pieces of paper and place the rubbed refill near these small pieces of paper. Is it attracts or not? In this case, this small people, the refill which is rubbed with polythene, that attracts small pieces of paper. If it attracts small pieces of paper, means it shows its effect on another uncharged body, say paper. That's why is it charged or not charged? Charged. In the same manner, if you observe in the case of balloon, take an inflated balloon. That inflated balloon is rubbed with woolen cloth. One end is hold like this and the other end is hold with woolen cloth, and place near small pieces of paper, almost close to the small pieces of paper but not contact with the small pieces of paper. Then what we observe, the small pieces of paper gets attracted towards the balloon. Okay, that means it attracts, then it is a charged body. Like that, repeat the activity with the different materials like eraser, wool, steel spoon, polythene. But in these cases we observed clearly this steel spoon, the steel spoon is hold, one end of the steel spoon is hold with our hand and the other hand is hold with polythene or woolen cloth. Even it is rubbed, okay, even it is rubbed, it doesn't attract the small pieces of paper. That means it is not charged or not charged? Not charged. Refill, balloon, eraser, steel spoon, all these are same materials? No. Steel spoon means that is made of metal, and refill, balloon, eraser, what are these materials? These are insulators. Already we have learnt about insulators, that means non-conductors and conductors of electricity. This refill, balloon, eraser, these are non-conductors. Steel spoon means it is metal, that's why it is a conductor. That means when a non-conducting material, conductor of electricity, say insulator, that is hold with our hand and it is rubbed, being these insulators, all these are what? These are insulators. And steel spoon, these are conductors, metal, this is made of metal, that's why it is a conductor. We know what is conductor and what is insulator. Conductors means through which substances the electricity passes freely, that are conductors, and through which substances the electricity doesn't pass, that are insulators. In this, refill, balloon, eraser are insulators, steel spoon is a conductor. Repeat the same activity with some other materials. Okay, whenever we repeat this activity. And what about these conductors and insulators? If we take these conductors and insulators, in this case, this glass rod, plastic comb, plastic scale, plastic straw, ball pen refill or rubber balloon, all these are conductors or insulators. All these are insulators. Why? The electricity doesn't pass through all these substances. And these insulators can be charged while by rubbing while held in our hands. Okay, these can be charged or not. That means on all these bodies, what we call as insulators, some charge resides on the surface of the body after rubbing. While rubbing, what we are doing, that are hold in our hand with one hand and the other hand is rubbed with another material. Whenever it is rubbed, observe one thing, that is hold with our hand. Okay, and our body is a conductor, earth is also a conductor, but what is held in our hand, that is insulator. That's why the charge which is acquired at one end of that material which is held in our hand, that is not transmitted from one end to other end. Why? Being an insulator. Okay, like that the charge is acquired to it. In the case of glass rod, for example, glass rod is taken or plastic comb is taken. One end of the glass rod is held with our hand and the other hand is rubbed with a polythene sheet. Okay, that rubbed portion, which portion, that means which end acquires the charge? The rubbed portion only acquires the charge, but the other end which is held in our hand, it doesn't have any charge. and it is an insulator. That's why the charge which is acquired at one end, that is not transmitted to the other end. Like that, these insulating object, that means the objects what we call as insulators, that can be charged by rubbing. But in the case of steel spoon means that is made of metal like steel, that means it is an alloy, iron, carbon and chromium. Steel spoon can be charged by rubbing? No, we cannot charge it by rubbing. Why we can't charge it by rubbing? Observe one thing. While we are rubbing, what is happened? One hand of the steel spoon is held with our hand, and the other hand is rubbed with a material, polythene sheet or anything. Whenever it is rubbed, what is happened? On the surface, electrons are transferred, same as it is like insulators. That means the other end acquires charge. But the charge which is acquired at the other end, that is transmitted to the other, from the rubbed portion. The charge is transmitted from the rubbed end to other portion. And being a conductor, it is transmitted. Our body is also a conductor and earth is also a conductor. Like that, the charge, whenever the charge is acquired, that is transmitted from rubbed portion to unrubbed portion, and from other end to our hands, body and to the earth. Like that, it loses its charge. That's why we can't charge a metal. Okay, that means that insulators can be charged by rubbing the conducting objects like metals, like steel, iron, copper, brass. These cannot be charged. In all these cases, students, observe one thing. In all these cases, this charge is acquired to the body by rubbing, by friction. That's why it is called as frictional electricity or static electricity, which is at rest. Mainly this static electricity is responsible for lightning. Then how this lightning is? This is about charged and uncharged bodies. In next class, how this charge is acquired to the clouds.